I'm Mia, and this video almost didn't get made. And it's not like oh my god, I almost quit YouTuber. Oh my god, I almost, since last time. By the time that I was ready to sit down and start filming, the power went out. So I got to wait over an hour for that. And then my microphone was dead, so I had to wait an extra 30-45 minutes. So it's 5:30. I came up here 3:30 to start my makeup. But obviously I can't film without lighting. So say lovey. But yeah, gonna do some eyeshadow, something colorful. Can't keep living on this neutral fall nonsense. I'm sorry, that's a lie. But I need something like fun. I'm gonna go in with the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette, and I'm gonna go in with some of cream and sugar. It's not my favorite white, but I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to build it up enough that it's kind of opaque. And I'm just gonna start by laying that down in the brow bone. I will probably go over it again towards the end of the look just to reinforce it. But I need to do it now. But yeah, lost power. It's not like it was storming or anything, it was just they've been working on it for the past two days, because this happened yesterday because I went to Stop and Shop and they had to close because they're out of power. Not out of power, they lost power. So they've been doing something for the past 2 days, and it's been causing outages across the city, so love that for us. That's just so convenient for everyone. Again, at least it was only an hour, but weird. And then I'm gonna go into the Colourpop Matte About Hue palette, and I'm gonna take some of the shade Lotta Gelato and some of Pow mixed together on a little dense fluffy brush, and I'm gonna start focusing it right up here. I do plan on going in with a magenta shade, but I want to get these lighter shades done first so I don't accidentally go too far with the magenta. But so I realized I completely forgot to talk about it, which is so funny because it's all I've been talking about last few days, which I mentioned at the end of last video. So it was Friday, Thursday, one of the two mornings. I had passed out on the couch with my dog by accident. So the way the house is set up, floor downstairs, 2 floors where I live. And then there's an apartment under the deck, but that doesn't matter right now. So at 4:30, we get woken up by banging sounds. And we're floor, wall, is somebody knocking on the front door? Because if so, go away, it's 4:30 in the morning. And our downstairs neighbor has a habit of doing weird things at weird times. She's woken me up at 3:30 because of her yelling at her cat. So it wasn't out of the realm of possibilities. And again, I live with my family because everything's expensive and I can't afford to move out. So, woo, love that for Gen Z. And I'm going to take some of the shade Lil Iffy with a little bit of cola, and I'm going to start laying it down. This is where I want to stop, but so ignoring it for 5-10 minutes, and then my mother gives up and she goes downstairs and she's like, what is going on? And my downstairs neighbor's apparently oh my god, do you have a key to my apartment? I fell and I can't get up. She's old, so not too out of the realm of possibilities. So get my father up, he goes to deal with her because my mother and I don't like her, she doesn't like my mother and I, so we're not gonna go deal with her. Turns out she had a stroke. So yeah, that was something. And then her sister left a note on a napkin for the tape to the door the other day, like, oh my god, you know, I'm blah 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 sister, call me because I have updates, blah blah. So again, that's my father's issue because his father owns the house, so not my issue, not my mother's issue, and not my brother's issue because he's 17. But apparently they did surgery on her because she also has cancer. Again, not violating HIPAA, but like, I feel a little, but it affects me. And then she asked my father, she's like, oh my god, did you go see her? He's like, why in the flying would I go see her? He's like, she is my downstairs neighbor. That is it. You know, went to go help her because not evil, awful human beings. But like, why would we go see her? It was just, but again, I was up at 4:30 on, it was either Thursday or Friday, I can't remember. The ambulance also took 40 minutes to get here, and I know it's 4:30 in the morning, but like, this lady had a full-on stroke. Like, you're not gonna send an ambulance as soon as possible? Not that it's funny, she like just retired like 2 months ago, and my friend and I were talking the other day about how like once you retire you like a few months later. So, oops. And I'm gonna go in with the shade La Gelato and Elephant on that original brush I used for the orange, and I'm just gonna kind of reinforce and blend here. I am pouring different shades up here, so that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, it was a morning. And again, by the time that the ambulance got there and everything was fine, it was like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I would have been up at 7 anyways to go to work, so I'm like, this is just pointless to go back to sleep. So, and then it was like a busy day too, so I'm like, that's just really rude. Okay, so it was Thursday then, because I had like a million pre-orders. But yeah, twas a day of all times. And I'm gonna take a mix of the shade Crazy Cool and the shade Do or Die, and I'm gonna start patting that right here. Ironically enough, this is gonna be like kind of a sunset look, but like kind of not in a way. And I'm gonna dip back into the blends palette and take some of the shade Promise and lay it over, just because I don't have like a good pale lilac that's like neutral, because all of them are kind of cool toned, and I don't like cool toned lilacs. Like, I want something a little more, you know, not quite, but not even lilac, but like I need a pale purple that isn't totally cool toned, and there's just so few. So, but I'm gonna put that all up here. But earlier I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna do a look at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm gonna do another one at like 3 o'clock, and I slept in until 9:45 for the first time in probably 3 years. It was beautiful. However, kind of derailed my plans a little. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna eat lunch, I'm gonna watch some TV, and then I'll go do my makeup. I had a banh mi. I watched 2 episodes of Malcolm in the Middle. Went upstairs, Parrot was out. I'm like, huh. So, I just think today was not intended to be my day. And like, I didn't need to do my makeup because I have enough videos to have me set until next Tuesday. It's Tuesday as we speak, so I have video for Friday and video for Tuesday, but I want to do Friday, so I'm a little ahead of the game for when it comes to Halloween stuff. But alas. And then I'm gonna take a mix of the shade Got Iced from the Colourpop palette, along with a mix of Cream and Sugar and Dream from the Blend Buddy palette, for a little something something. And I don't think I'm gonna use any shimmers today. I know, wild, who am I? It's like, I don't even know who I am when I look in the mirror. I mean, I don't, but like that's a whole separate entity. But yeah, it's just, my back is also killing me. My arms still hurt because I did whatchamacallit for the first time, batting cages on Sunday, and I'm in severe pain still, which could also be why I slept for so long, because I was only up until like 1 o'clock, but I'm usually still up by 7, 8. But what do I know? My body just hates me, it seems. But I need to go find some lashes, but I'll be back sooner rather than later, hopefully. Alright, hi, hello, I'm back with some lashes on. That took, I almost gave up, I'm gonna be so honest here. But this is from Bubble. This is the Cosmic Silk Hydrating Milky Toner. I'm tired, kind of done, and I currently have a canker like right here because my period ended a few days ago, so somehow I always get a canker after my period ends. It's been this way for the past like 6 months, so I don't know, but it hurts a little to talk right now. So lovely, I mean not lovely, but you know. And I'm gonna use some of the Wet n Wild Try and Focus Clingy Serum Primer. I actually really like this, and I don't generally like clingy primers because they generally disrupt my makeup underneath, but this one's nice. It's not as thick as some of the other ones, ironically enough, but I'm gonna pat this in because they don't work well when they're like rubbed in like a moisturizer. So need to pat and press. Oh, I keep seeing like ads for Death Becomes Her on the TV, like during commercials, and I'm like I've already seen it, but also the amount of effort it would take to do a day trip to New York is like insane. So like it's not ideal. But my friend I made the joke to my friend because there's this giant pigeon statue like as an art installation, and they're obsessed with pigeons. And, like you could do a day trip. It's right by the train station. They're like joking, but you know. And then I'm gonna go in with some of the L'Oreal Paris True Match Super Blendable Foundation. I'm actually going to take this on a beauty sponge because in my experience a sponge works better than a brush when it's with a clingy primer, and it's too late to redo this makeup, so again, I would like to stay ahead a little. I need to start importing clips from the other night when I'm in the shower. Oh, that's gonna be something that's gonna be fun to deal with. Follow me here. There is both detangler and dry shampoo in my hair, and I put in a roller for too long, and then I hot brushed it like with a round brush because I have. So it might be an interesting experience trying to get my bangs to cooperate tonight. But like, I washed my hair, I think it was Sunday, and I didn't really go anywhere yesterday, so I didn't wash my hair. And I wasn't gonna try to, I didn't end up washing my hair this morning, obviously, because then that would have been a whole nother thing, so we're gonna have a ball trying to get this fixed. But see, this looks considerably better than if I tried to go in with the brush. Again, just from experience, well, my experience with the clingy primer. And then I'm going to take from Thread, this is the, what is this? Basic Complexion Stick in the shade 001 Fair Neutral. Fun fact, this is distributed by the Lip Bar, which I never realized. I do want to go there, because they have one in Boston, in the Seaport area. But that costs about the same, if not more, to make a lipstick or a lip gloss as it did to make a full-size perfume. So I don't like the Seaport area. It's so techy, so I don't really go if I don't have to. Like, I'll probably go like like, I go for Snowport. I don't end up buying anything. But it's just one of those things like, oh, you know, we don't really like Christmas, so that's like our one holiday thing. But yeah, don't go into Seaport if I don't need to. They have a Sephora there. I don't like it that much. They also have an Alamo Draft House there, which I really want to go to at some point in time. But that one is absolutely infested with rats. So, no. And then I'm just going to blend it in with a brush because it should be fine and not disrupt anything now that the initial base is laid down. But I applied that with a different little concealer brush that I use to do my brows, just because since that's meant to be like a foundation stick, it's too big to just kind of like, you know? So I need to apply it separately and then blend out separately, but it looks nice, so say la vie. I will live. Oh, and I did wait for the Donald Trump announcement today, and I went, oh, this is not what I want, so I don't really care. Not the news I was hoping to hear. So honest. But blend, blend, blend. But onto cheeks. This is from Makeup Forever. This is Professional Paris on it, huh? Artist Color Crayon in the shade Luminous Taupe. So I'm gonna use it to sculpt Wild. So here. It's definitely not as creamy as I originally thought, but the first few times I used this, I was in the middle of like a heat wave. So everything was just feeling a little creamy, like a little too creamy. But this is still relatively nice. Do I have anything on my nose? No. Oh, so at the time of this being filmed, it's the day after Labor Day, which also means it's the day after move-in day, a few days after move-in day for Boston, for like the college students and stuff. I didn't see as many move-in trucks get started as I wanted to, but I did see somebody attempting to move a mattress through the North End in the midst of one of the feasts. So I think that makes up for it. Just, I don't go to the North End anyways. It's just one of those things I'm like, you can't pay me enough to do. But like during a feast, I would throw myself into the harbor. Call me a case of tea the way I am jumping into the Boston Harbor. But like, that's like going to Salem in September, October. It's just one of those things you don't do. You don't go into the North End during feast time. Or try to drive through it, because that's a whole nother experience on its own, and my hair is in my face and I can't get it. Oh, and I also did not win Powerball, so between that and a certain president not... It's been a really shit weekend. And then this is from Rhode. This is the Pocket Blush in the shade Sprinkle. I love this shade so much. And actually, by the time this being posted, Rhode is going to be in Sephora, so I might have to not... Like, I'm not going to order anything too much, but like, there are a few of the lip liner shades that I want to look at. But it's just one of those things. It's fine. I have what I have from her. I like what I have from her. But it's just one of those things. I'm like, I don't need... It's not going to impact my life that much. Actually, I might buy a new toner just because mine's very expired. To the point that my face is a little inflamed when I use it. So, that might be the only thing. But I have my bubble one for right now, so it's not a do or die. But blend up into the eyeshadow a little to blend with that like magenta shade I had. But keep that right. Yeah. But like, this is my favorite shade out of all the ones I have. All the ones I have 4, but Juice Box looked weird on me. And I have Plum Cake or Date Cake. Whichever one's supposed to be the warm toned one. It's not that warm toned. It is so cool toned, it's a little concerning. But I have tan line, which is okay. It looks better with blushes layered over it. But this one, this one's my favorite. Like, this is like one of my favorite shades in my entirety of the blushes I have. And then highlighter, this is from Colourpop. This is the Super Shock Cheek in the shade Flexitarian. I'm gonna do a lot on my nose, I'm gonna be so honest here. Like, especially on like the tip, I'm gonna make it into like a little tear shape almost. A little. I'm gonna drag out the ends a little too. But I want it to catch from the side as well. And then I'm absolutely gonna douse the bridge of our nose. I've been really into nose highlighter lately. So sue me. Oh, and a big ass cockroach crawled over my shoe on my ride home the other day. I was waiting at Garment Center. I had closed-toed shoes because I was coming from work, thank God. And there was a guy next to me. Thank God I noticed him because my peripheral vision is not great. But like, he was gesturing at me and my foot, and I went absolutely not. Like, I can't with cockroach. I can't with bugs. I'm not one of the lesbians that like bugs, especially like disgusting. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the lip liner in the shade Deep Taupe. I'm just gonna very lightly do it because the shades that I would have wanted to use are set aside to type out in a product list, and I'm just too lazy to get them out there right now. So just carefully, because I don't want this to get too dark and too cool toned too quickly. Like, it's not overly cool toned, but the more you layer it, the more it is. Just gonna blend this out. Ooh, went to Trader Joe's yesterday. Trader Joe's was a shit show. But I did get a nice pumpkin cake. I love pumpkin baked goods. Like, that's I will be a basic white for pumpkin baked goods. But I was in line, I'm like, oh my god. Like, I remembered last year that I had a pumpkin cake that I didn't love. And I couldn't remember if it was from Trader Joe's or Nothing But Cakes. I'm just gonna put a little bit of sprinkle in the middle of my lips to tie it together. And I was like, oh no. I had a piece this morning. It was not the Trader Joe's cake that I hated last year. So, like, when I say I had the tiniest piece, it was more so because I kept worrying. I'm like, oh my god, what if it's this cake? What if I hate it? Which was not the cake. But I don't like the Nothing But Cakes pumpkin spice cake. Which is funny because I like nearly every other one I've had. I do have a strawberry cheesecake one in the fridge, though. Because even though it was supposed to be over, they still had some. They're like, yeah, we had all this stuff, so we're still gonna keep selling it. And I'm like, you know what? Understandable. And more importantly, most appreciated, because I loved that strawberry cheesecake one. So I might have a little before I go take a shower. There we go. My lips are looking not even. I think I'm also going to take some of the Fenty Beauty, what is this called again? Oh god. Gloss Bomb Oil Luminizing Lip Gloss and oil in the shade Miss Jellyfish, because then it will be a little sparkly. And again, this is more sparkle than it is color. And I just want a little bit of shine. But I'm going to start importing videos from the video clips from the polka dot look. So do that when I shower. Make sure my camera battery is charged so it will not die in the middle of it. Alright, I need to go fix my bangs, but I will be back in a second. My bangs are, ironically enough, a little too voluminous, but this is the finished look. I think this came out so cute, and I did forget to mention it, but it was inspired by somebody else's look. I will put it here. But yeah, this is the finished look. I'm loving this because this is everything I love. And again, this is like kind of a sunset eye without being like a sunset eye, you know? Like, it feels weird to have, like, only matte eyeshadow and nothing, like, fun and sparkly. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But again, this blush shade is just, honestly, the lips, nice. But yeah.